Hello, fellow artists. Artur from The Common Point here, and I would like to share some insight about our 3D craft and ponder on a dilemma if we should try to follow the footsteps of our 3D mentors closely down to the every single setting, or should we let our artistic side loose and be creative with the whole process? Or maybe, but just maybe, it's possible to do a little bit of both. It's a problem many of us artists face, but don't really think about it. And it's based on the idea of imitation and innovation. So let's dive right into it. So what's the imitation all about? If you take imitation to the extremes, it's like copying something one-to-one. That can be copying lighting setups, frame buffer settings, shaders and whatnot. But imitation doesn't have to go that far. It can also mean trying to get results that are close to the reference, instead of copying it 100%. Now, some people might think it's cheating, but it's really not. It's a natural step in the learning process. If you're at the beginning of your journey, there's really no shame in asking another artist how they illuminated their scene, how they did their shaders, or what's the frame buffer settings, You really need to go through it all until you're ready, jump to innovation, which we'll talk about in a second. What's really valuable in the process of imitation is building that technical proficiency. When you consciously copy someone else's work, you need to analyze it, seek patterns, and learn to solve problems methodically. You master techniques that you'll later have at your disposal. It's basically like having a 3D Swiss knife in your pocket. Very handy. But copying on and on through your whole career and learning all the settings by heart won't take you that far. And here comes the other end of this spectrum, the innovation. This is what being an artist is all about, right? It's getting creative, experimenting, and looking for your unique style. Innovation is essential for problem solving, both creatively and from a commercial point of view. It helps you showcase unique selling points of your clients' projects because you're not copying any existing ideas, right? You're creating tailor-made solutions each and every time. But when you take it too far, innovating is doing everything your way, disregarding trusted setups and ignoring the connection between 3D and real world. It's basically reinventing the wheel and most often leads us to results that are less than perfect. All of a sudden, your lighting setups look more abstract than in real life, greenery colors aren't natural as they should, and your wood shaders shine like it's made out of marble. Okay, then what should you do? As artists, you should find a good balance between imitating and innovating. You should keep bouncing back and forth from imitation to innovation, constantly moving on this imitation and innovation loop. And you'll put a different weight to them on different stages of your career. For example, if you're a beginner, you should rely on imitating more. Just like students in art classes, who have to learn how to draw hands and faces by copying great artists first. You should do the same. Master the rules before you can make a conscious artistic decision to break them. Learn the technical tricks that are the basis for further development. And if you're more experienced, you'll shift more towards innovation. You'll take what you know and find more nuanced uses for it. You'll work with old tools in a new, creative way, just like abstract painters, who take what's well-known, deconstruct it, and present it in a new, surprising way. And even if you're a seasoned pro, you can always, and you should, turn back to imitation on a regular basis, constantly bouncing between this imitation and innovation, For example, if you feel stuck, maybe you need to learn more about Corona physical material, maybe volumetric material, 3D modeling, simulations, animation, VFX, all that stuff. There are so many things you can learn to imitate. Just ask yourself, do I need to perfect a plant shader, fire simulation, VDB clouds, anything that you can use as a part of bigger project? Or perhaps you need to connect the dots with the things you already know. Create a landscape design, make a cozy cabin with a fireplace, put a car in a complex environment, or do some abstract stuff, Maybe you can revisit your old projects and look at them from a different angle to really take them to another level. In general, if you want to grow, you need to make a push and go to places you've been avoiding. Be honest with yourself and decide, is it a good time for a slice of imitation or a slice of innovation? And keep in mind that both should force you out of the realm of the comfort zone. You put yourself in a place where new nuggets of knowledge spontaneously come to you. And this is how you move forward. Putting some things into practice also feels logical, but we often forget about it. You can decide what you need at each point in your career and challenge yourself differently. Just keep in mind that sometimes you might need to sprinkle some imitation or some innovation to your career. It will help you navigate both practically and creatively, which being a 3D artist is all about. And that's about it. Let us know what you think about this topic in the comments. Big thanks for Chaos Corona for letting us use this platform to share our thoughts with you, and see you in a bit.